Hey everyone, it's Scooter Dom, and let's talk about safety on e-scooters. This is a topic that is really important, and a lot of e-scooter riders fail to recognize it. First of all, let me introduce you to my scooter right here. This is a VSET 10 Plus. It has a top speed of 80 kilometers per hour, even higher probably if you're lighter. And one of the things that people need to recognize when they ride e-scooters or any type of vehicle that has two wheels and no frame is that you have no protection around you. That is really important to recognize. It's a vehicle with no frame around you, unlike a car. There is no fender benders in the world of e-scooters and motorcycles. There is only serious injury or death. What is a fender bender to a car or a driver of a car is a death sentence to an e-scooter rider, especially at high speeds. Remember that riders of motorcycles and any vehicle without a frame are 20 times more likely to be severely injured or killed than drivers of cars. If people slip and fall and hit their heads and get severely injured from just running and falling, think about the injuries that can happen at 40 or 50 kilometers per hour. This is why everybody who rides e-scooters needs to take the precautions of wearing proper articles of clothing, such as, most importantly, a helmet that I see people around Vancouver all the time just failing to wear, especially on e-scooters that go 70, 80, even 100 kilometers per hour. This is a piece of protection that saves lives. You cannot get a brain transplant. A helmet is an absolute requirement for any e-scooter, no matter how slow. So I encourage everybody who rides an e-scooter to take as many precautions as you can, buy protective gear, get a good helmet. There is never enough you can do to protect your life in the event that something goes wrong. You also want to be really careful when riding these e-scooters in rainy, wet conditions like the one that I'm standing in right now, because it does get really slippery, and that effect is even more pronounced at higher speeds. So whenever it's raining, take extra care, and I would suggest lowering your speed generally, especially when riding on the road. You can always lower your speed about 10 kilometers an hour, less than the posted speed limit. And the last but not least thing we have to discuss is riding e-scooters under the influence of alcohol or drugs. That is an absolute no to the no, and that is completely unacceptable. It makes me completely angry when I see people doing this and thinking it's okay. It is completely and absolutely dangerous, and I'll tell you why. E-scooters and any two-wheeled vehicles require balance to keep going straight through momentum. And what does alcohol take away? Balance. When you see drunk people, they stumble around often. That's the effect that alcohol causes, and the last thing you want is to have that effect when you were riding an e-scooter. Besides that, your reaction time is also severely decreased. Now that's what is an absolute no. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. I hope you all have amazing fun when riding these e-scooters. Be sure to share this video with your friends and family who rides e-scooters so they can stay safe when riding too. Thank you so much. Scooter Dom out. Hey, Mr. Brandsma, it's Scooter Dom from Vancouver, BC at UBC. I just want to tell you how much it means to me that you watch my content, and I'm just really wondering if you could maybe please pass Jace and Hazel. They work really hard, and yeah, I would just love it if you could. You are the absolute best teacher. I am no doubt about it. I know that your students love you, and yeah, you are the absolute best.